Hi there, and you're watching Dúchascopy TV. I'm Darren McDermott. I have Cluytens in the studio with me today to have a look at 5 keys to generate new business in the short term. Welcome.
Nice to be here.
So do tell us, what are these 5 keys?
Well, the thing is, we're in Q4 as we're taping this, and Q4 traditionally is a great time to go out and generate new business. And I find that there are 5 keys that really help in doing that, i.e. generating sales or new business or new revenue in the short term. The first one is to have an offer that is essentially forward-looking, in some way looking towards the future. A lot of buyers at this point are either trying to accomplish something big for this year, or are looking at their strategy for next year. And often it's both. So if you have an offer that is essentially forward-looking, that paints the picture, if you will, of a brighter future, whatever that looks like in terms of their business, their career, their personal life, even in some cases, that's a great thing to have. The second thing is, you want to have some kind of relationship already in place. I've been a buyer for several years before, and Q4 was always the time when I sort of scanned the projects that were on my list and looked at who do I already know that can help me accomplish this or achieve this. So if you've got an existing relationship in place, that's a great second thing to have in terms of creating an offer that appeals in Q4 and generates short-term sales. The third thing is you want to have a compelling reason to buy and to buy now. So it's really that idea of enticing, encouraging buyers to take action in the short term. That's tremendously powerful as well. Number 4 is you want to make the transition from buying to executing as easy and smooth as possible. So a low threshold first offer, maybe it's a pilot, it's a smaller thing, it's a first part, a first phase in a larger project. That's a great way to get started. And then finally, number 5 is you want to have a first step in a larger offering. What I mean by that is it's great to have a small first project, but make sure that it's a part of a bigger whole, because buyers at this point are looking to test, if you will, and are really looking to take on small parts of projects, but looking at the longer term, they want a longer term working relationship.
And tell us about leverage timing in Q4.
Sure. So the biggest tip I can give people in terms of how to generate more sales and leverage the timing aspect that we have is really try to think deeply about your buyer and their needs. A lot of folks that I find that are selling out there, they're really thinking about one thing, which is their own personal agenda. How do I meet my objectives? How do I meet my targets? And that's not the best way to go about it. What I would recommend is really thinking about what is your buyer trying to accomplish? How can you help them generate a quick short-term win before the end of the year, before the year is over? And that's tremendously powerful. A second thing is there's a great book called Influence, The Science of Persuasion, written by a man called Robert Cialdini. Now, Robert Cialdini talks about the 6, principles of persuasion. Those are tremendously powerful, basic emotional human drives that enable us or entice us or encourage us, if you will, to make decisions. I'll give you a couple of quick examples. One is social proof. Social proof is all about if we see that other companies, other people are embarking on something similar, that encourages us to take action. That's why referrals are so important. That's why credentials and track record is so important. Because if I, as a buyer, know that you have worked with, company A, B, and C in my industry, or you've done similar projects for them, that encourages me to take action. So social proof is one. Scarcity is another one. If you can find a way to create a compelling offer that is essentially limited in availability, especially in Q4, that is something that is tremendously powerful in terms of encouraging buyers to take action as well.
Thank you very much.
You're welcome.
Well, that is it for right now, but do tune back in for our next episode with Ago, looking at what sales winners do differently. See you then.